Terran, it's gonna be Gumiho in the bottom right, and it's gonna be Nightmare in the top left here. Now, changing matchups. Seeing some mechanical structures and things on the map always does relax my heart a little bit. I think this is time for another water. Excuse me here for a second while I'm gonna grab a bottle. Alright, and there we are back again. Now probe making its way across the map to scout. Alright, excuse me guys, sorry I'm back here, but we didn't miss much. We saw the harassment from the probe, didn't really do that much of impact. Nightmare, okay, let's talk a little bit about this player, since it's not someone who a lot of people are very familiar with. But this guy, he used to be a Heroes of the Storm professional, and when that was discontinued by Blizzard as a esports campaign support, he went over to StarCraft 2, and he became a professional then. So he's one of the more new age guys from the StarCraft 2 scene in South Korea. And his strengths are specifically the matchup PvT. That's his matchup where he really shines. He's really good in this one. And he is someone who likes to play a lot of different things. Oh wow, there's a broken Thor in fucking pierced by this landmass, man. There must have been a big landslide. Oh, can he get the... Yeah, he can get it. Wow, he gets a prop. Wow, Reaper, banzai. He also gets a scout. He sees the Twilight. Also, if you have someone who would go for a adept glaive build in the PvT matchup, it would be Nightmare. It's not going to be the case though. It's going to be Blink. He's going to play a fairly standard opening here so far, but this guy would probably go the most weird styles. He also he's the one who kind of popularized the DT Blink opening with charge, like a 2-base all-in with that in the pro game scene, in the pro scene. He brought that into the GSL. He was the first one to utilize that strategy in a professional televised match. And yeah, that's basically his legacy. He's one of those guys who's just extremely good, but he's still missing that kind of championship caliber, quality, and result, of course. So, but he's someone where you're like waiting for him to finally explode and like find his stride, really, when he's gonna be there and just starts on winning game after game. And he has that versatility, he has the diversity in strategy, he has a lot of good moves. He's sometimes lacking that execution. If he can bring that up to the next level, I feel like he would be one of the best players we're gonna have here. So far he's one of the better players, but not one of the best. Now, possibly losing that adept, but he will see that big bunch of Marines, so he knows, you've been making a ton of Marines, haven't you? Well, you could find the Reaper. Could have been able to actually kill that one, but now he's gonna shade forward. He says like, alright, if you kill me anyways with the Reapers, I'm gonna try and see if I can't snag an SCV. Very opportunistic player, Nightmare. Now, we do have that Robo, but it didn't really produce anything yet, did it? No, it's just sitting there idle, and I'm not sure about this. He has a bunch of money. He's just warping in Stalkers. He should make a Prism, a Observer, or an Immortal, whatever, but not just have the Robo sit there idle. That's a weird decision. He's getting extra gases. He has the money to do basically build everything, buy anything he wants from that robo right now. He's just not using it. He could make another. He could make another. What are they called here? Oh my god, that's an instant cancel. Upgrade. While I was kind of brain farting on that word, Gumiho canceled that base. Now, that's a good move by Gumi. He's gonna just go back. He's gonna get his combat shield upgrades. Oh my god, he's just missing these! I can't believe it! How bad luck do you need for this to occur? Now he's just going across the map. He will intercept these reinforcements, but he's gonna be kind of all in because he will lose all of his units if you snipe this pylon. Now Gumiho is not going for that one. He's gonna snipe that battery first, and now he wants to trade against these stalkers here. He's gonna find some of these. Yeah, he's gonna find a lot of these actually. He's gonna find so many of these. Man, and he's gonna now focus down on those probes. 8 already down here. Meanwhile, he's pushing across the map. Another stalker falls. Man, he just killed so much. Wow, 6 stalkers, 10 probes, and that shield battery for 2 medevac 60 marines. I think in money-wise, it's not, yeah, it looks kind of similar, but those probes, man, going down like that. And it's expendable units, right? It's marines mostly, only the 2 medevacs. Yeah, if you can keep them alive, great, but in the end, you really reduce that stalker count, and that's all that he was building on. He has the robo, but now finally he has the first thing out of the robo. It's an observer. He didn't really utilize that to build value. Excuse me, to build value, right? So all the value is in these stalkers, and they're just falling apart again here too. Those stimp marines, my god, Nightmare is having a terrible time so far here in this best of 3. Another drop is gonna come in here in a moment. We're gonna watch that now hit the main base here, and yeah, I mean he's only killing a couple of workers so far, but even killing these pylons, man, it's just stifling that production so big. You can't kill these stalkers now. He's gonna kill the probe, he's gonna kill 2 pylons, he's gonna kill more workers. This is just not ending. It's just not ending. Look at these weirdos here in mid-transition, trying to transform. Frickin' lightning just stuck in time there. It's like when you're trying to put in a plug, you know, into the plug, the cord into the plug, and then it just does this once, you know, where it's like, you know, sometimes they light up, you know, and they just like, it's, you found the perfect angle for them to infinitely light up and just have that shortcut thing going on there. Now, 3rd base is finished up. We do have a double tank defense. These stalkers are gonna get washed back to the shores of the void. And this double drop, oops, that was a little bit of a weird angle. This double drop is gonna most likely finish the game because there's nothing at home. It's completely exposed. There's 1 zealot. It's not gonna be enough. There's no shield battery. It's just warping in right now. Not gonna be done. He's even scouting this prism. Oh. A little bit lucky break here for Nightmare that actually did only get found and not killed, but he will still lose out on home. He did recall all of his stalkers, but 60 marines again should be just enough. Now we do have a storm. Oh, we do have a ton of storm actually, and that's gonna be enough to kill this, but man, at what cost? 16 workers going down again here. Now that's a bunch of High Templars. That's a, what is it? A gang? Is he gonna Psystorm drop now? He did overcharge this guy, I guess. Ghost Academy coming down here for Gumiho. Now Gumiho did never kill this base again, even though he's keeping Nightmare on really, really low worker counts. 46 against 64. They're reversing each other's numbers right now. This could be a potential comeback, but it could also be a potential downfall. So now he's utilizing this pressure here to try and pull away the attention, but Gumiho is attending, and in the end, Nightmare did not. Ouch. Yep. Ouch. Ouchie finger. Now he's spreading out his High Templars here. This is looking kind of cool. I love this. He's having High Templars everywhere. This is a good drop defense now. You don't want to drop the main again, but frontal push should be all you need here as Gumiho. So many tanks, even bringing in a severe, still repairing that medevac. He has 5 tanks. Micro the tank into the medevac. You can do it. You can do it. Not gonna do it. He's actually gonna get caught here on the end, and he's busy microing his front line against those storms. But storm's not enough. There's still one guy left with storm, but he's not using it. I can't believe it. He had 2 storms packed. And he could have even gotten a 3rd one during this time, but yeah, Nightmare is just gonna GG out. Gumiho is gonna take the first game in the series. Woo! Gumiho just playing close to perfection there. Really throwing, basically, like, Nightmare had basically a water gun and Gumiho had like a freaking sponge. And he was just soaking up all of that water. He had like a sponge of the size of a house and he was just soaking up all of the water. I wonder if you can lift it, if it's too heavy or if it's even light enough so you can lift it. If it's like, you know, is it compact, not compact, how do you say? Like, what's the word for it? Tough? That's not it. I guess tough? Unflexible? Well, so much for that. Next map is going to be El Dorado in this best of 3 here between these two. And we will see how they want to play this one out. And here we are. Bottom left, Nightmare. Bottom right, Gumiho. Now on these kind of maps, so this is a little bit of a weird one. On these maps, where you spawn on the same... basically this map does a long travel distance ground and a close travel distance air, right? On these kind of maps, Nightmare is really good. He likes to utilize Tempest builds on these maps. So I'm curious to see if we see something like that against this Terran this time. He really likes it against Zerg, and yeah, I'm just curious to see what he wants to play on this one, because he probably would mix it up even a little bit more than Gumiho on maps like this. Now, he can mine through this immediately. Oh, by the way, these rocks have been... I really like them, man. I really like those rock towers. It's terrible to get those out of the way. They were great, actually. Command center. Into your face here. Marine is gonna chase down the probe. So extremely economic opening here for Gumiho. He's gonna be able to immediately throw down that factory as well. Very much saving up that gas. Not gonna go into a Reaper, not gonna go into a reactor here. Instead is going for that factory first and the reactor afterwards. I'm curious to see how he wants to play this, but he really likes to utilize these for very early marine production over something like double Hellion or something like that. So let's just wait and see. It could be utilized for like a double Widowmine production as well, but for example, you could drop out 4 Widowmines out of a medevac instead of 2. There's a lot of things you can do with a reactor. What's gonna be? So, Marines. On the other side, we actually see that Stargate. You can definitely play Phoenix on this map. It's not forbidden to go Phoenix Colossi to base. And you can indeed open up these minerals down here. So you can go into a 3-base setup very fast and kind of safe. This is kind of islandish, this area. You need to open it up first, so you can't just go there and kill it. Now, Hellion into Widowmine. Hellion's out on the map here. Was already seen by the Adept. And he will also see that Widowmine. So yeah, I'm not sure what the Medivac is gonna drop. Probably only Marines. Oh, he didn't get the kill. Yeah, he's gonna send it back now. This did utilize the shot though, and he knows about this. So he's just gonna fly in with the Oracle, I assume. He should be able to deal a great deal of damage. Let's wait and see. I think he just finished up a Phoenix at home for defense. Gumiho is trying to counter repair. That's kind of funny. I haven't seen that strategy yet. Trying to out repair that Oracle energy. I think he killed that. He killed that Widowmine, didn't he? Now on the other side, though, things are going a little bit southways here. 10 workers. Oh my god. And 1 lifted Marine. What next? Oh, he should have definitely killed that one. Leave 1 Marine behind. Now you're gonna drop into, what, 3 Adepts? No, he's gonna try to save those guys, actually. Okay. Can he drop them out before the Phoenix kills? Oh! See, you should have left that one guy to kill that probe. Now he gets 2 out, so... But they will find that base. That's a good scout. No, now this is a Phoenix Colossus style, but without the Phoenix and the Colossi. So it's just a very greedy third base. Can he really do anything about this? Gumiho hasn't really building up that big of a force. I guess he could just go cross with this and try to overwhelm. Losing that Medivac was really key. He produced a Raven afterwards. This is kind of a weird big... Oh, there's a freaking temple. Did you see that? We can't really show it, I guess. Can only show it like this. There it is. It's like a gateway, a massive gateway. By the way, we do have workers falling here. Your SCV is going down here. There should be... No, Stoke is actually in position to defend against this Raven. There's a party over here, man. They're having a festival. Festival around a fire. Cooking something. No, Stalkers and Phoenix. Yeah, terrible move with that Raven. Oh my god. So far, except for those 10 workers dying like crazy, this was actually very good follow-up defense and harassment by Nightmare. Now, taking this base, this is kind of funny by the way. It says it's 26 because it has these access minerals here. Taking this base on such a low unit count so greedily is kind of starting to pay out really high returns, because I mean Gumiho is still not on a 3rd command center and he kind of needs to start push into this area now here in the bottom. But there's already a big bunch of zealots set up here. Nightmare has 7 gates. It's not perfect, but it's a good amount. We have that stasis ward here. It's gonna possibly drop the tank just in that stasis. Oh my lord. A boost into stasis. Now he's throwing down the command center on location. He wants to have that basically behind his push. You should kill these rocks, man. You should block this area off because you don't wanna get flanked, Gumi. You're gonna get flanked. I think he's gonna die. I think Nightmare's overrunning him here right now. He's gonna definitely lose his position. He's gonna lose the command center. He could probably hold this Nuck, but it's gonna be tough to push out. Now he's trying to go out, but mines are getting lifted. No AoE against those zealots, gonna make it very tough. That tank is still staying alive here, actually dealing a great deal of damage. And Nightmare might have gotten a little bit overzealous with those zealots. Now if Gumiho would just kill these rock towers and close off that path, so he has a better, like a smaller angle that he can get attacked from, I feel like this would benefit him so much, but he's just not doing it. At least he's gonna stay alive, just barely there. pushing back that Protoss army. Now harassment is gonna start though. Oh wow! Those Widow Mines getting a couple of Phoenixes, and now things might have turned around here. Gumiho had an opportunity there. Maybe snipe and kite some zealots. Yeah, only 2 Phoenixes making it out. 6 went in, 2 come out. Definitely a W here for our Terran player. And Nightmare kind of being a little bit wasteful with his units. A little bit overzealous, a little bit over-aggressive. Gumiho, though, likes to walk into stasis traps, it seems. And this is gonna be another one. Oh my god. All of the Widow Mines. It's a big one. It's all of the Widow Mines. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think... you needed those against these 15-20 zealots, right? I mean, he's still kind of trading okay-ish, but there's just no unending zealots. Now the Widow Mines are gonna burrow. And they're gonna shoot things in the air. They're gonna shoot all the Phoenix. The army is done. Imagine if this was killed, these rock towers. By the way, they have linked health, it seems. Now, 2 Widow Mines, can they get the perfect targets? I'm gonna get a few zealots, a bit of damage, but... Gumiho, man. No bunker here, nothing to fall back to. He's gonna have to lift this. He's gonna lose this even. If Nightmare really focuses this one, he's gonna lose it. He needs to repair. Friendly fire might kill some SCVs here even. Nightmare trying to go for that one. Gonna kill the 3rd base, gonna kill the Terran, the red Terran, the red Herring, the red Gumiho. Is not gonna make it through this best of 3 series unscathed. Now he's gonna stay technically alive. You have to ask yourself, what life is this? He's even scanning this to see, like, do you have actually a 4th base? Oh, it's already fully saturated. He should have known from the number of zealots. There's 7 gates only actually though, so this is kind of perfect production utilizing there by Nightmare. And he cannot really reinforce as big as he did earlier. Now this is weird. I think because of that scan, he's like, wait, you have something here, don't you? So he rotates up to that position, but that was only like that was a GG scan kind of. Like, do you have the base? Oh, there was a how far behind am I scan. Now, he's actually bringing a medevac over, but it's running over a zealot, and the stalkers, oh my god, might just be the perfect position. They can snipe this medevac, he gets a few shots in. Oh, he still has that one stalker. Man. Medevac is gonna get, out. It drops out 3. I mean, it's not gonna be just dead, but it's gonna be pretty dead. Now, honestly, Gumi, if you really want to go there, just bring an SCV, open up this freaking thing, so you can just rotate there. He's gonna drop out a bunch. 3 medevacs, that's a big drop here. Coming into that 4th base. A recall, though, quickly be triggered. It's gonna bring back most of the army. Now, the front is exposed, but there's nothing really to go at the front here. Gumiho, he's trying to come back with the medevacs. And then go with the rest of the army. A couple of Widow Mines left behind here, dealing a great deal of splash damage. And Gumi is just playing kind of whack-a-mole right now. Nightmare is playing it. Gumi, I'm not sure who's the mole, who's the whack, but they're doing it. Coming in with these zealots here. And this was a little bit slow maybe on this army. There's no more recall, but a big warping into that main of Gumiho. The front line is gonna probably get destroyed as well. There should be a Guardian Shield up and running here in a moment. This could be a base race, but I said this I think yesterday when he had a different Gumiho game and there was also a base raid. Gumiho is not an excellent base trader with Terran. While he's very good in his and intelligent in his army movements during base trades. As I say that though, these force fields, man, completely wrecking the man. Dropping 2 SCVs, I guess, into this fight. He's very slow to lift his buildings. And he's not moving them in correct positions. This is just floating here. He should just move it on top. And yeah, he's just gonna GG out. There we go. Nightmare's gonna take that base trade. And bringing that Series back to a 1-1 here, tying it up. Looking good. While he did play that Stargate, he didn't play any Tempests. It was a little bit sad not to see those. Now let's try and go into the next map of this best of 3 series. Gonna be on the map Ley Lines. Series is we're looking at a 1-1, and we will jump right back into this one. In the bottom left we do have Gumiho. In the top right it is Nightmare. Rating nightmares for everyone here. Especially for Gumiho. Excuse me for that throat thing. I have a little bit of a cold going on right now. Hoping to get cured in a little bit. Now, Ley Lines. This map is definitely different from the last map. It has a lot of rich Vespine geysers, which are blocked by those tiny mineral patches, 150 minerals to mine out. So you can't just go there and access those. You have to kind of work your way there. Get them. The probe is working on these SCVs, but Gumiho says, no, you get out of here. I have SCVs, they can also deal damage back to you, Mr. Probe. And then on the pylon, cybernetics core not done yet. We have to wait and see what the Protoss wants to do. On the other side, we of course know it's going to be a factory, of course, coming in after that commands, and then there's going to be the Stargate eventually. What are you doing over here? Pylon? Stargate? That would be very late. Oh, come on. Don't disappoint me now. No. Okay, so the probe is going to go back here. Unfortunately, I think there was an opportunity to throw down maybe a pylon for later warp-ins. He's actually gonna throw a very aggressive pylon. This is kind of next to the natural base. Maybe he wants to go very, very all in here. We can probably see 2 more gateways here. There's still no tech, that was kind of throwing me off here. 2 more gates in the main. 1 gate proxied, going up to a 4 gate. Just freaking straight up 4 gate here. It's going to be only a 2nd gate for now. But yeah, let's wait and see. Two gates into tech. Definitely a weird order of things. There's a 3rd gate now. Not sure about this one. So far Gumiho is just sitting on top of his ramp, so he doesn't even care. You can make 20 gates. It doesn't matter. If you want to run up this ramp, you cannot do it with gateway units as long as the Terran just sits on top and you have like no upgrades for your gateway units. They have no Twilight upgrades. Never gonna get up there. Now Adept is being very pesky in that main base here, and he will find that Cyclone. That's a nice scout. Warp gate about to finish up here. We do have 3 gateways with this one, so it's not a 4 gate, and there is the Twilight. Quite delayed. Very much delayed. That's a very late Twilight. Now, he's gonna make a lot of Stalkers. He has still an Adept. You can utilize the Adept to finish a Cyclone sometimes. And Banshee. on the way here. Now a Banshee, especially if it gets Cloak, is gonna be one of the best things to defend stuff like this, because it's gonna be invisible and it's gonna just deal so much damage. Depth's gonna get killed. Cyclone. It's doing some great stuff. And yeah, Gumi's just dropping across the map. He sees the Twilight. It just started Blink. Now there's a shield battery, there's those Stalkers, and Gumiho is gonna retreat with his small drop force here. Losing that Cyclone at home though, those Marines did not do a favor to that bulky unit. Getting stuck there. Now, Nightmare is kind of starting to move in here. 4 Stalkers really pressuring this very hard. Very heavy pressure. He's having some fun, I guess. Oh no, there we go. He's having some lags, I guess. It's a standard, it's a basically tradition at Home Story Cup to get lags. Because Krefeld has one of the worst internets. Of course, these are from the Home Story Cup, if you're wondering. Gumiho is gonna push this one back here. And he's gonna, of course, keep the base alive. Not gonna kill it. And he actually is going for Cloak on those Banshees. That's very interesting. Now, I would love to see that tank actually siege up. He's utilizing in the normal mode. It does deal quite a good amount of damage against those Stalkers. You need to be careful. Now, Banshee coming in here to finish the job. Only one Stalker damaged against a Banshee is not gonna win the fight. Now, the Adepts, I guess, did shade in, but only move commanding here. Very sad command. The Banshee finishes off the Stalker. He, of course, has not seen this Fox yet, but the Banshee will finally scout it. And yeah, this is where he knows. Wait a minute, friend. That's a bit too close to my base. I should probably go over and just siege this tank here and shoot it from a safe distance. Now, Nightmare is just trying to kind of shrug it off. Going into charge, going into Templar Archive Storm, going into a third base, but going into extra gates. But this was a big investment and it didn't really deal that great of damage. He got 8 SCVs, he delayed mining operations a little bit. You can have a quick look at the income chart. Yeah, it's actually not terrible, but it feels like... But how much Stalker with the Stalkers losing? The Adepts? I guess it's okay-ish. It still feels like, though, it might be a tiny bit of a scary area if it does not get storms done here. This Bioforce is going to be very strong. It does not have stim, though. Don't forget. It's just... It's Cloaked Banshees. It's going to be bunkers. It's going to be tanks. Oh, and there is Observers, unfortunately. Kind of want to pull back your Banshee here. Now, only one bunker trying to go up here. And the Marines are trying to push forward. They're actually gonna snipe the pylons. And the tanks are advancing as well. He only has like 2 SCVs. One is repairing that Banshee currently. It's on overtime here. And that's a big storm coming in though. But Gumiho is kind of just evacuating to the front. He's losing all of his bioforces though. Even though the bunker did finish. I think this push is gonna get broken. Banshee is dying here. Yeah, man, 3 observers, like, sitting like this, they will scout every Cloaked Banshee. They don't care. Now, that was a good pushback from Nightmare, and I feel like now he definitely has that lead. He was trying to gain for himself in the early. And Gumiho, man, his stim, 8 minutes stim. This will be finished in 100 seconds. Which will be about 9 minutes. Sorry, about 10 minutes. Just roughly before 10 minutes, so yeah. I feel like he needed a few more SCVs for that push, right? If he has like 4 SCVs or 5, he had 2. One was making a bunker, one was repairing a Banshee. If he has like 5, he makes 2 bunkers or 3 bunkers and has 2 on repair duty, then things look a little bit different, I feel like. Or maybe you can just make an obstruction, because Nightmare was relying a lot on those Templars, on those charge lots doing something. And if you just make like a wall of buildings here, like a bunker here and a engineering bay or something to just block that area for those tanks to survive, I think things go a little bit different, but of course it's more of a commitment then. It feels like Gumiho was already so committed though, right? With that late of a stim, third base just starting at 9 minutes now. At least +1 is gonna finish in a moment here. That's the only thing I guess he is going for himself. He's gonna finish with stim, and he gets that observer. The combat shields is so late. Fourth base on the way here for our Protoss player, and he has those Templars inside that warp prism right now. We need to be careful. That thing can drop its damage out at any second here. Stim did complete, and +1 about to finish up as well. But High Templars, man, they're ready. I mean, you're like storming 3 units there. Stalkers, be careful. Be careful, little. There we go. And that's the big counterattack. Can he make it work? Can Gumiho extract value out of this situation? He's gonna get stormed. No combat shields, yeah, that's painful. This Templar has full energy, man. He has no energy bar because he is frickin' charged. He's so ready to fight. He has, like, see this? He has 2 of these, they only have 1. And it's flickering like crazy right now. Where those zealots kind of... The tails move like a snake. The one from the High Templar is like frickin' about to explode because he's so charged in energy right now. Now, so far storms are looking incredibly good. The defensive ones have just been on the mark here. Gumiho is just kind of dying very slowly through those energy spells. And all of his attacks, man, it's just trading for energy. It's not really finding any value, literally. Now look at the supply. 150 to 110. And there's only 15 in workers. 20 in army supply. And even more. 25. It's a lot. Now, first ghosts are about to hit the field, but I mean, look at this, man. He has Templars everywhere. He invested so much money into those Templars. He has observers scouting everything, kind of surrounding Gumiho's base, so he knows every move out. It's crazy, man. How can you beat a Protoss at this point if you're this far behind as the Terran player? You kind of need to get the Protoss to overextend into you. Oh boy, he loses that full medevac, loses the other medevac as well. At least this one got home, but... Yeah, he's already thrown down the Templar drop. It's a Psystorm drop. There's a couple of Vikings. Oh no, you should just commit! Come on, bro. Now he's gonna pull back and he's just gonna rally down units. One by one, single filed. Can he throw away this game somehow? Can he make it happen? Nightmare, can you do this? I don't think you can. I don't think literally he can, but is there a possibility for Gumiho to get something handed himself? Sniping those Templars might be a good choice here, but that feedback was already very great on one of those. Storm here onto those Templars. EMP is gonna hit the mark, but is this too much Protoss? It is! And Nightmare was unable to throw away the Sirius, even though he had tried kind of hard at the end there. Gumiho just was too far behind.